Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson. I'm going to jump right into the week three results. Would have did it last night. I think I messed around and fell asleep on the couch and didn't get a chance to get it done. So I'm a day late on it, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it out the way since everything officially starts. The next week four officially starts tomorrow with Thursday night football. I'm gonna jump right into it. The 49ers and the Rams. Saw some of that game. Jared Goff looked good. I said the Rams are already better than what they looked last year. Already better. They're already better. Goff looked good. 292 yards, 3 touchdowns. Todd Gurley is looking like the back. The reason why they drafted him for and whatnot. Defense is going to still be a little suspect. Donaldson's got finally getting it. Donaldson is just getting back on the field after the holdout and everything. I don't think he played in the first week, so he's back and everything. So we'll see what happens with them. But they're already a better team than what they were last year. 49ers, they showed some type of an improvement on on offense, but again, they're still pretty much a mess and whatnot right about now. So we'll see what happens with them. Redskins and Raiders. I actually picked the Raiders. Obviously, I'm thinking you picking the Raiders. That was a no-brainer. Raiders didn't even get off the plane. Obviously, them guys have read too many of their press clippings, too much stuff on these social networks and talking or whatever. I'm not saying that's what they did, but I'm like, it had to be the reason you have a big win. You're planning on doing big things. Quarterback has a big contract. You got beast mode and all this type of stuff, and you come to DC and you literally lay an egg. You lay an egg. You didn't do anything. You have a mediocre quarterback, and I will keep saying that about Kirk Cousins, who put up 365 and 3 touchdowns on you and whatnot. Card looked like the way Cousins was supposed to basically look, and everything. Lynch 6 attempts at 18 yards. I think I might have said earlier. I don't think Lynch is gone. I think his good days are gone. His good days was gone basically after that Super Bowl. He did even that back during that time of the Super Bowl. He didn't have the, from what I can call, not the greatest of years, especially after that Super Bowl for sure. So, and plus he's been off football for a whole year, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, it's still early, but again, there's no way they were supposed to lay an egg like they laid against that of the Redskins. Go to the Bengals game, Bengals and Packers. No surprise there. Came down the wire. Bengals have players and whatnot. I just don't know what their issue is. It might be just time for a coaching change and everything. Dalton actually had a relatively decent game, but like I said, nothing didn't ring up anything. You got a Pro Bowl receiver in AJ Green, and I don't know what the Bengals' problem is. I really don't know. But 0-3, that's not really going to get you to the playoffs. Period. They're not playing obviously no defense. It's a mess over there. Aaron Rodgers again did what Aaron Rodgers did. Aaron Rodgers not going to keep going on with that team because as goes Aaron Rodgers, as goes the Packers. Plain and simple. If Aaron Rodgers is not on this team is not winning anything because they have nothing but Aaron Rodgers and they don't have really anything on defense. I haven't any, I uh, Matthews, I don't see anything the guy's done. Matthews hasn't been an elite linebacker, in my opinion, in about 3.5 to 4 years. That's just my opinion. They pulled it out. It was a good game. I'm watching it and everything, but it shouldn't even been that close. Chargers and Chiefs, like I've always said, Chargers. The Chargers are the Chargers. Philip Rivers, 237 yards, three interception. That's enough to tell you that right there. This guy Kareem Hunt, out of nowhere. Like I said, still early. Seen guys like him come in and whatnot. I said, but the guy right now, he's a rookie sensation. If anybody want to start giving mid-season awards, even though it's not even the mid-season, and that's not even the mid-season yet. The guy's offensive rookie of the year. I mean, as a running back, I mean, he's doing phenomenal things. Period. So no surprise there. Chiefs 24-10. Go over to Seahawks and the Titans. That was another good game. Russell Wilson, you had Mariota with the 225. You had Russell Wilson, 373, 4 touchdowns. No rush. They have no running game and no line. So that's pretty much it with the Seahawks. And that defense is not as stifling as it used to be. They're having issues. Murray, 14 attempts, 115 yards, and that long, great touchdown run that he had. Titans is going to be somebody to watch. Seahawks, I said it once, I said it twice, and I've said it a million times. When they lost that Super Bowl against the Pats, when that should have been their second straight, I was saying back then, I said this team has the ability, the talent, the type of coach, and the temperament to sit up there and to at least go three straight back to back to back. And when they lost that Super Bowl, I said, well, okay, so we're going to see what happens in the 2015 season. Let's see what happens if that's going to be a springboard into them. That might give you motivation to come back, go to the Super Bowl, and win it all and keep it going. Or either you're not going to make it, either you're going to fall back further and further. I told friends, co-workers of mine about this, and that's what I'm talking about. They end up, luckily, because Minnesota misses the field goal. They missed the field goal, which caused them able to go to the playoff. They've been getting back further away from the NFC Championship, from the Super Bowl NFC Championship game every year since they've lost the Super Bowl. So I don't know what's going on with them, but they're going to have to try to turn it around real soon because they're not looking like the Seahawks we grown to respect. Steelers and Bears, kind of a surprise here, but Steelers are just looking a little lethargic right about now. I know Ladavian Bell is still trying to get his act together and stuff like that, coming in late and whatnot, but they don't look very good on offense at this particular point in time. Not as good as you would like them to look. Uh, the Steelers look horrible on defense. That's just my whole take on it. Even though Glennon didn't do much of anything, but those two running backs were just having their way with these guys. They had their way with them, and it is what it is. I mean, that's what they were doing on. They were running it right up. They were literally running right up the gut on these guys, the fullback and the tailback. So they would put Jay Howard 23 attempts, 130 yards. Used to be a point in time in Pittsburgh Steelers, you did not run the ball on the Steelers. That just did not happen. It wasn't going to happen. It never happened. But yet they started to run the ball on the Steelers, and Steelers have issues up the middle, and they need to do something with that secondary for sure. Uh, Broncos and Bills, complete shock right here. Did not see this one coming. As far as the Broncos was supposed to, after they sit up there and humiliated Dallas the week before. Then the Bills beat them 26-16. This wasn't even supposed to happen. Simeon, I guess, come back down to earth. 259, two interceptions. Tyrod Taylor, I think the kid is a very good quarterback. He can be a very good quarterback. The whole concussion thing and stuff like that was going on now, but he ended up playing some good ball and whatnot. And Bills have always had a decent defense. They just had an issue with quarterback. Like I said, not much of a quarterback since Jim Kelly. We go to the Panthers and the Saints. Have no idea what's going on with the Panthers. I figured this was going to be, I thought it would be a tighter game. And I'm not that surprised that the Saints won. I thought it'd be tighter, but the Panthers would pull it out. But the Saints are in the corner. There's no way the Saints could go 0-3. They couldn't go 0-3 because they went 0-3. I think that was going to be it. So they was like a rat in a corner, scratching, trying to get a win or whatever and stuff like that. And Drew Brees did. Drew Brees, again, he's one of those players that if Brees is not on this team is not winning anything. Cam has to get it together. I think between his shoulder and other things like that, ailments, and no hard running game. He has none of that type of stuff going on right now. He has no safety blankets and stuff like that. And they have to start getting him to where he don't have to throw the ball 30, 40 times a game. They need to get a strong running game, take some of that pressure off of him. Going to the Falcons and Lions. Good game, very good game there. Stafford doing his thing. Matt Ryan. They picked off Matt Ryan 3 times, so he looked a little, looked a little mortal, so to speak. You called him Matty Ice and whatnot, but they were doing pretty good. Lions actually should have won that game. They should have gave that guy that call. That was a touchdown. By the time his knee and all that stuff hit when the ball went over the white part of the goal line, it should have been a touchdown. They should have actually won that game. So there was no reason why they won, but it was a really good game. Uh, and Freeman, they paying off dividends for the Falcons. So Falcons a team to watch still. Vikings and Buccaneers didn't see this one coming. Where they get Keenum to actually play like this, having a clue. Winston with the Vikings, them guys, like I said, as soon as you think you want to give something to the Buccaneers, things just end up happening with these guys. But they got to get together. The Vikings 2-1. They don't even have Sam Bradford. He may play this week coming up, but we're not for sure. But we'll see what happens. But the Vikings defense is definitely a real deal. And like I said, you got that guy Cook. It was a rough sledding, but he's still, he's a very good young back coming out of the backfield as well. Colts and the Browns. Uh, Definitely, this one was kind of expected this type of game. Jacoby Brissett had a good game, as he just basically got signed last week. Kaiser, he's gonna still probably be the Browns quarterback of the future. But again, it's still the Browns. They still need assistance and help on defense, and they need to develop some type of running game. You still got to try to run the ball in the NFL some way, form, or fashion. Giants and Eagles, 24-27. Eagles, I mean, uh, Eagles should have actually ran away with this early, but of course the Giants kind of came back. They got Beckham back, OBJ back, and everything. Caught 2 touchdown passes, but the little stunt that he pulled, acting like he was urinating on the field and whatnot, like a dog. I don't know where this kid gets this stuff from, but he ends up doing this. At the end of the day, Giants lose. Giants are 0-3. Again, when you go 0-3, it's pretty much an 80 some odd percent chance that you're not making the playoffs. That's just pretty much the odds. If you start off the season 0-3, guys that go 0-3, it's very rare that you even make the playoffs. But yet he's calling for a bunch of money. But yet his play is still stellar. Nobody's taking that away from him. But antics and all this stuff, and on top of them losing and mediocre play on the offensive side of the ball, that's what's getting this season. So they've already started off 0-3 right now in this young season. Jets and Dolphins. Jets thought the Dolphins were supposed to take this game. You think, okay, Cutler back up to his same old tricks again. But again, he was aided by a little bit of a running game the last week or so and everything like that. So we'll see what ends up happening with them because, like I say, this is still young. Like I said, I don't really start getting into the meat of football until after the midpoint and everything like that. But the Jets 26, McCown comes in, does it what he has to do and stuff like that, but didn't see that come. Figure the Dolphins would pretty much run away with the Jets since the Jets are pretty much dysfunctional. Texans and the Patriots. Uh, Deshaun Watson showed out, did really good, but he had against the old vet Brady. Brady 378, 5 touchdowns. Brady does what Brady does. But that defense is showing up for the Patriots that they don't have much of a defense. So we're going to see what happens down the line again. It's extremely early, but hey, but the Texans showed some grit on offense, but they're 1-2. They're 1-2 right now. So we'll see what happens with them. Jaguars and the Ravens. I'm almost sure John Harbaugh probably burned the film on this one. They got beat 44-7 when they went over travel over there to London. Absolutely pathetic show of football. Them guys look like they quit. They didn't come off the plane. As a matter of fact, I guess they were still over in Baltimore somewhere because they didn't make it over in England because they didn't even play worth nothing. 44-7. No Ravens team don't get beat like that. Not supposed to get beat like that. But you have Blake Bortles, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns. Uh, guy Mercedes leagues 4 receptions, I think uh, 65 yards and whatnot, 3 touchdowns or what have you. Those guys, play really good. Mallet, I mean, I don't know what happened. I have no idea. I have to go look and find out what actually happened to Flacco. He got replaced, put in Mallet. Mallet threw for 36 yards. I'm like, come on, this is ridiculous. So the Ravens got to get their act together. Cardinals and Cowboys, real happy about this one. Cowboys, they played some ball. They played some defense. Cardinals is going to be a scary team to watch. They are stacked on. I didn't realize how stacked they were on defense. Their problem was with their right tackle could not handle that kid number 90. I think Lawrence, I want to say is his name, coming off that end that he couldn't block him. Dallas was actually giving a pass rush, and I haven't seen a scary pass rush like that since DeMarcus Ware left. So if they can establish that and get them young guys to grow up fast in the secondary, they're going to have themselves. They can still have themselves some. Dak played some ball. Dak showed that he's not just a game manager. He can make plays with his legs when he have to. I think people just try to put him over in a box, but this kid made plays. He accounted for 3 touchdowns. So Elliott kind of got some nice runs and everything like that. But that's the whole thing. Everybody going against Dallas this year is they're going to stack the box. And their thing is, you, Dak Prescott, have got to beat us. You got to beat us. You got to beat us with your arm. You got to beat us. However, you're going to try to beat us, but we're not going to let you beat us with Ezekiel. When they start respecting his arm, and then his running ability is going to open up more for Ezekiel. And it does that. Once you do that, then you're going to have that double-headed monster. You don't know, pick your poison, and that's where Dallas could possibly eventually end up getting to. Like I said, that was week 3 and everything. And like I said, a lot of good things, not of surprises, but it was some pretty good games and whatnot. And of course, you had all this stuff with the national anthem and all that, the president chiming in and all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to really go into that great detail about it because it goes back to Colin Kaepernick. I've already done a piece on him. I've done a piece on the reason why he shouldn't be unemployed with all these mediocre sad quarterbacks playing he should be playing, and that whole thing is starting to get ran into the ground. But it is what it is right now. But all the show of unity and all that kind of stuff, it's fine and all that kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, Kaepernick doesn't have a job all because of he taking a stance. It has nothing to do with disrespecting the flag. So they need to stop that. And Jerry Jones, owner of the Cowboys, for him to sit up there and say, "Oh yeah, Kaepernick, but it's because of the play." Are you serious? It's because of his play on the field. He threw 16 touchdowns, 4 interceptions for a horrible San Francisco 49ers team. And he has a resume. Half the quarterbacks that are playing in the league right now barely even have a resume, not even close to Kaepernick. So we all know what that's pretty much about. So that's my take on week 3. I'll be getting ready for week 4 and week 4 and everything. So like check out my Twitter page, Everything Football 62 on Third 62. And check out the YouTube page, Everything Football 62, and leave some comments, start some dialogue about the games or whatever and stuff like that. And follow me over at Twitter as well. All right. Thanks for checking in. Thanks.